So let me ask you a question. What would you do if you couldn't plant anything? Or if you did, you barely got anything from, your yield was really, really small. What would you do? You'd be forced to manipulate people and get them to plant for you, or, and keep them from really asking you the question, okay, why can't you get anything? Why? We're going to get into that. The first example we have here, because this is something that has echoed through society, and it's something that is over us right now in this country, a type of person who can't plant anything. We're going to get to the bottom of it. See, that's why people don't like Christianity, because we don't have the right message. I'm going to tell you the truth about things, and it's going to happen today, right here. So let's look at Cain. Cain was the first example of, this phenomenon that seems to follow us on this earth. Let's look at what God said in Genesis 4. Let's go to 11 and 12. It says, "And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth." That's clear. There's so many things in this too, like how the fact that the earth is sentient. It's got to obey the Lord. It's got to receive the blood because this thing has happened. That's not what it's supposed to ingest, but the earth has to do that. There's so much stuff in here, but we're just going to look at this curse. So Cain couldn't get anything. So he had serious difficulty providing for himself for the rest of his life. How did he find a wife and have children and build a city? Who did he talk into building a city for him, to helping him do that? How? Let's get to the bottom of that. Another important thing is to know that God put a mark on Cain. This was both spiritual and physical, because we are in the physical realm here. We can't see the angels. We can't see. This is something that humans had to see. Lest any man finding him should slay him. Any man finding him, any man seeing him first with his own eyes. There are beliefs that it was only spiritual and no, it was for humans. It was for humans to see him. So he had that. And so if he's got something like that, that sets him apart from everybody else. Think about what that might have been. We're not going to talk about that in this video, but think about that. What could have been so different that, you know what I'm saying? What on earth could that be? Anyway, so let's look further. So now let me ask you this. If Satan had to come to you right now, what would he appear as he actually is? And when he spoke to you, would he tell you the truth? Let's look at what he did with Eve. He didn't come as he actually was, and he didn't tell the truth. He's never shown anybody who he really is, what his true intentions are. Not here on earth. So that means, okay, now Cain was just like Satan. So did he, when he went out and built this city, did he tell these people how he actually got to be like how he was visibly? Or did he lie? Did he disguise himself? These are the methods of somebody who is a liar and someone who commits a crime like this. I can't say the word, but 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. "And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light." There you go. So Cain transformed himself into somebody who he wasn't in order to matriculate, even though he had been cursed almost completely. He had been decimated. God had locked the refrigerator. He could not get anything from the earth. The only way you can survive on this earth as a human is if you plant something and receive from the earth, and you put a roof over your head. But you can have a roof over your head and still can't eat. You still will die. So if we say that, we can conclude that both Cain and Satan had the same goal when they came to whoever they came to. Satan came to the angels, and then he came to us humans, and Cain came to because remember, more humans were made on day 6. It wasn't just Adam and Eve. They weren't the only 2 humans. That doesn't even make sense. How could Cain go out and build a city with no other humans? How could he do that? There were many other people. Let us make man in our image and after our likeness. And then we go off after that and we talk about Adam and Eve and the garden and everything. But there's already people all over the earth. So let's look at a couple of things here. The first thing is that God allowed both of them to live as cautionary tales. God will do that. He doesn't just strike you down, because one of the biggest things about that is that he's got to let your character be revealed. He wants people to see, okay, this is how this person really is. That's like, for example, there's somebody at my job who lied about something that I said to them. I didn't say anything, and it's probably because I'm a Christian, because that bothers people. But they lied, and now, and they fired me, and I got rehired about a year later, and I'm back here, and the person is still here, and they have not been fired yet, but their character is starting to become evident, like how they really are, because they keep saying things about me, and it's starting to look like, hey, you were the problem. It wasn't him. It was you. It's always been you, because you keep talking about this. So God, that's the perfect example, because God's got to let your character be revealed, because that takes time. So that's one of what God has many reasons for doing this, but that's one of the reasons. And then we go to Hebrews 1 and 2. We see that God did make multiple worlds. This was Jesus now. And then Job 1, 6 and 7, the sons of God. That's another thing. The sons of God, the sons of God are, you can become a son of God here on earth. That means you can achieve perfection through a perfect attempt to be obedient. Perfection is possible through a perfect attempt to be obedient. I don't want to say perfect. I want to say you've given it all you got. God counts that as perfection. So it is possible, and God did not come to die, or Jesus did not come to die for the offspring of fallen angels and humans. Yeah, I don't know why we have that doctrine like that. That's not even right. If you just read a little bit and if you go to your concordance and put in the sons of God, you can see that sons of God means something else. It doesn't mean fallen angels. That comes from the Apocrypha, which is not part of the canon. And you see how it's causing problems. It might have information that's right in it, but you see what Satan does. He'll give you one thing, and then he'll mix it with something else. Like how we have Christianity here in the United States, and we say that, God forgives, but then we say that he forgives infinitely. If that's the case, then Satan will never get his judgment. You see how off you can get when you have just a small lie in there. How can you grieve the Holy Spirit then? If you're always forgiven. If you're constantly forgiven, then that means God can always talk to you. After a while, he can't, because you have grieved the Holy Spirit. So he doesn't forgive always. You see what I'm talking about? Anyway, so another similarity between Cain and Satan is that they were both marked. Cain had a physical mark with a spiritual implication. We don't know what Satan had. I bet you if we study, we'll figure it out. But for right now, we're not going to go into all of that. But if we go to Malachi 3:6, it says, "For I'm the Lord, I change not." So that's, if you wanted to hear it from the Lord himself, he doesn't. So he's always going to do the same thing for the same crime. So if you do something, I can't say the word, but if you do this to Abel, I'm going to put a mark on you. And if we go to also John 8:44, it says, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a blank from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, and because there is no truth in him." So God considers, if you think something in your heart to do, you might as well have done it. So even though Satan didn't commit this crime physically, he thought to do it. That's what he wanted to do, so we might as well be. Another similarity is that neither Satan nor Cain could make anything prosper with their hands. That's important, because what that means is they had to rely on manipulation to get anything, or to get any following, because they couldn't do it in honesty, because nobody's going to want to follow you if they know who you really are. They know your real character. You gotta lie. You have to. So Satan, to provide for himself, he had to manipulate the angels and later humans, because he's trying to get worship. That's what he needs. And then Cain, to provide for himself, had to manipulate other humans, because he needs to eat. There we have it. So what is the order of operations for somebody like this? Number 1, find a disguise, whether it be a lie or a physical disguise or just hiding altogether. Find something that will keep you from having to be naked in front of everybody, and we can all see what you really look like. Number 2, keep lying. Tell a lie and just keep saying stuff. Say that you're superior. Say that your skin is better because it's white and it's not brown. Or if that doesn't work, if there's nothing that you really can point to, no skill set that you can point to that makes you superior physically or mentally or whatever, just say that other people are inferior. Call people monkeys and say that they're 3/5 of a man. Just down everybody else. Say that these people are this way and you're not. So if anybody asks you, hey, how are you better than anybody? You can just say that other people are worse, and then that gets you off of that conversation. You see what I'm saying? This is how Cain thinks. And this is how certain groups of people still think today. So that tells you who comes from Cain, because they think the same way. If any contest, say that you've been misunderstood. So no, I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? Just lie. This is narcissism right here. This is it. We're getting back to that circle of you mean, then you're nice, then you mean, then you're nice. Continue deflecting and cause doubt and just twist words, use word salad. Just do whatever you got to do to keep people from really having a straightforward conversation with you and really get you to answer for what you've done. If that doesn't work, then just move to violence. Move to slavery, move to violence. Just keep people, just under your fist. Once you've successfully done that, keep the people in ignorance and submission. Keep them in division. Don't let them put black against white. Put Republican against Democrat. Put red versus blue. Put liberal versus, I don't even know the stuff they be talking about. You know what I mean? Just keep people against each other. So that nobody can come together and have an agreement and be on the same page about who you are, so they can later find out you are the reason for their misfortune. You see the pattern here that I'm talking about? And going forward, I'm not going to ever say the name of any group of people. That's for you to do. You figure that out. But I'm showing you their footprints in the sand. So if you want to follow the footprints, you can. But I've shown them to you here. This is Cain's society. This is what we're doing here in this country. This is what's happening. And if you look at other countries who are set up in the same way, you see where Cain has been. Go find his people. Figure out who they are.